Chemistry 300 students and parents. This is Mr. Parker here, and I'm going to take you through the ePortfolio that is being required for the students that are enrolled in the Mastery Chemistry. That's either with Mr. Howard, Mr. Parker, or Ms. Trust-Claire. And what I wanted to do is give you a better idea of what are some of the requirements and what's found within their ePortfolio, so that the students and yourself as parents could maybe help them keep track, stay on top of things, and just have a better idea of what we're trying to do and trying to assess them with. So as you can see, this is the home page. This is just my demo page, but it's your students and the students' yours is going to be the same as mine. And it just basically give you an idea of what this portfolio is about and kind of why we're making you keep it. Okay, and I'm going to take you through these tabs that are on the left-hand side, or the menu bar here, the side toolbar, and give you an idea of what's involved in each one. So let's go ahead and click on the first one. It's called the Assessment Mastery. Okay, and as it gets pulled up here, you can see that what we do in each one of these, we give them a little idea of what should be included in this section. And basically, the assessment we're looking at is it could be tests, quizzes, lab reports, conclusions. It could be anything that we're assessing them on that we want them to reflect upon. And you can see it's broken up within the groups or within the semesters. And they just click on here, semester 1, and then that will take them into the different units that we have involved. And then they click on, say, the first unit that we're working on is lab safety and skills. And in this section, then, what they would include is evidence of their mastery on whatever assessment it was. And the students, we've talked to them about how to edit this, and basically it's done involved here at the edit page, and they just click on that, and then they're able to input different materials. It might be a screenshot of their grade sheet, it could be a picture of their quiz, and all they have to do is do a short little reflection upon how they did and why they mastered the material. And we would like them to do that on several different items as we go through the units and go through the different semesters and quarters. It's always good to reflect upon why they did something and why they did well on it, maybe, and why they perhaps maybe not did as well as they should have. And that's what's going to be included in this section. Now let's jump back to the home. Okay, so we go back to the beginning here, and the next one in here is chemistry in your life. And what we're requiring here, as you get it pulls up, we're requiring that throughout each quarter that they do 3 reflections upon either articles, videos, anything that's related to the concept of chemistry in their life. And we give them some prompts here on how they should reflect upon these. And I've done a couple of examples, so I'll click on quarter 1 here, and it will show you a couple of the examples I've done. I've done just a brief reflection upon this first video that was talking about some of the basically fire resistant gel and being biodegradable, and now this is just kind of a general reflection. Theirs could be a little bit longer and a little bit more specific to chemistry, but I wanted to give them an idea how they could go ahead and incorporate a YouTube clip, again using the edit feature up here. The second one I put on here was just an article I had found on National Geographic about pandas and how possibly their poop could be used as fuel, okay, because of the microbes and stuff that are found within them. And they would need to reflect upon this article and how it pertains to chemistry in their life. Okay, so again, they would need to do 3 of these reflections a quarter. Not a big deal, talking a total of half an hour. One every couple of weeks throughout the quarter, and just either it's a video or a magazine. They just got to have it put in the links that will take us there in case we want to go through the article and read through it, and just to see how their summary was. The third section is the personal goals section. Okay, and again, what we have done here is we've given a brief idea of what they're supposed to do, and there's many different options, as you can see. A screencast, kind of like what I'm doing now. Could be, maybe they're using just their phone and taking a video of themselves talking about their family and their goals and that kind of stuff in their life. Or there's other ways that can go media that they can go about doing this. I just did a brief one myself, just to, my name, place, the class period, a year in school, and then they just go through and give a brief summary of their life, and then maybe some of their goals in their life that they would like to achieve in high school, in chemistry class, out of high school, as they graduate, where would they like to go with this? And maybe they want to include pictures, a few pictures if they want to. They don't have to. They could do a video in here. There's many options, and I just suggest, anytime they have questions, to come in and talk to myself or Miss Claire or Mr. Howard, and stop in. We'll be glad to help them out and give them some suggestions or ideas of what they need to do. The next section is called the Screencast Notes, and our classroom being designed as a flipped classroom. All their notes initially are instructed through a video way through our YouTube channel, the Mastery Chemistry channel, and basically flipping back to the screencast notes here. We give them a little idea what they need included, and there's one website that does some video notes. You can watch the YouTube clip and take notes, and it timestamps it for them. They could input that here in this area, or they take handwritten notes, or they can type the notes and link them here. So what they're going to do, again, click in the semester, then they go into the units that we're on, and then what they would do, again, edit, and they would put in the different screencasts that we have done. We've done one screencast so far, is on lab safety and skills, and then the second one that would be assigned will be probably will be like measurements and significant figures. So they're going to have to show evidence of that, and that's basically what they're going to need to do is they could take a picture of the notes, they could link the file of their notes. They could incorporate their video notes from the video website to do this. And then they need to, if there's any questions within the screencast, which some of them have, they need to answer those questions on this page here, either after their evidence of the notes, and then reflect upon the notes and summarize their notes in this section. So for each unit, they should have a number of screencasts. Now it will vary, maybe from 3 or 4 to possibly 6 or 7 or 8, just depending on what unit we're talking about. This way it keeps track of their notes. It helps us keep track of where they're at and if they're doing their notes and staying on top of things. This way when they come into class, we know who's being prepared for class and who has some of the background knowledge. But with the screencasts, we don't expect them to know the information. We expect them to have some background knowledge about what we're going to talk about and do in class. Okay, so that's the screencast section. The student weekly agenda. Okay, again, this will describe that, but the first unit, we're going to kind of get them walking through the unit and planning out the unit step by step, day by day. And this is kind of how I go about doing my planning. I set mine up like this, as you can see, the day, what we're doing in class, and what their homework is. And in this mastery setup in the classroom, the students will eventually, as we move into Unit 2, will start helping us kind of putting their schedule together as an individual student. So some of the students can move a little bit faster than others, maybe about, but right at the right pace, or possibly a little bit slower pace. We'll give them a kind of a skeletal calendar, which will tell them when our labs due, when quizzes are due, and when our the unit test. And we'll give them the unit packet, and they'll have to kind of, with the help of us, plan out their week on how they're going to achieve this. And we see this as a way of helping them develop this skills, planning their schedule, managing their time. And this is one area that we see, when we talk to colleges and we talk to businesses, that a lot of students have trouble with is this time management and how to, if they're given a task, how to go about solving this task. And this is one way, and our hopes that one thing that students could help develop this time management and setting a schedule, and then also allowing some students that might like to move a little bit faster do this. They could accomplish things a little bit quicker and maybe get some at the end of the quarter or semester, they might be able to do some enrichment activities that will help them further knowledge in the area of chemistry. And again, we'll do a lot of work with this, setting up their calendar and stuff in class, as in talking about it. And we're, again, more than happy outside of class to go ahead and meet before or after school, help them develop this calendar. Okay, the next section is the target reflection. And each one of our units have learning targets in the beginning of the unit. And in this section, they need to go back and basically show proof of the understanding of this target, showing this mastery. It could be quiz, it could be answering the learning target, it could be showing a quick video answering all the learning targets in a video. So again, they would click in semester 1, they'd go ahead and find the unit we're on, and then I've listed the learning targets for the first unit. So the student might come in here, they might list the learning targets of the first unit. They go into edit, and they could go in here and answer some of these learning targets. They could show a, paste, insert a picture of their quiz in this spot, or a screenshot of their quiz grade online in this spot. Again, there's options that these kids have. They don't have to do one thing or the other. We're trying to give them some options, give them some time to reflect upon. Are they really understanding what these learning targets are about? Okay, so that's done for each unit, and again, we're there to help them out, try to figure out, what they would like to do best, is showing the evidence of this. And then, really, at the end of the unit, this will act as their study guide, and it could also act as a preparation for a final exam or something like that. And the last thing we have on here is the TCP reflections, what we refer to as teacher, counselor, parent reflections. And our students should have might have shared this with you. In the beginning of the year, we had them share their site with some of you through email. And we just ask you, if you had time to go in here and do some reflection upon, kind of look through their site and take a look at it. Again, just click in quarter one. If this is you, click in quarter one. You go ahead and click on edit. Okay, just kind of showing you this. And you go in here and you could go ahead and write your reflections. Okay, or you could go ahead and, if you want to, you can make some comments in here and give them some information that way. It'd be great if you could do it at least once a quarter. Maybe even twice a quarter, midway through the quarter, and then at the end of the quarter to kind of help them along, because we'll be assessing these at the end of each quarter. We'll be looking at them mid-quarter to give them kind of a pre-assessment of how they're doing, making sure they're staying on track and staying on top of things. That way they're able to be ready when they need to turn the portfolio in. Again, this portfolio is to help them basically to just have some responsibility of keeping track of their learning, where they're going with things, how to use some of this technology that's out there that's going to be required of them when they get into college. And they could be ahead of the game in keeping this portfolio, keeping evidence of their learning, reflecting upon their learning. So again, my name is Mr. Parker, and hopefully this walkthrough of the ePortfolio site for the Mastery Chemistry has helped you out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email myself, Ms. Trustclair, or Mr. Howard. Thank you.